train your Gavin. Read those books in a blink, oh yeah. Grab yourself a hot drink cause you're watching How to Train Your Gavin.
Yep, that's me.
Hey guys, welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. Today is going to be a bit of a different kind of video because I'm feeling very arts and craftsy. So, welcome back to Art Attack. So I'm feeling very much like Neil Butchinen right now. Is that correct? Art Attack, yeah. So I've always been obsessed with sprayed edges. If I say a book with a sprayed edge, I'm most likely going to buy it. A lot of the books that I own, like especially with middle grade, a few of them do have sprayed edges, but there are a lot of my favourite middle grades that do not have sprayed edges. And obviously that is a travesty that needs rectifying right now. I am going to try and paint, well, I mean, it's called sprayed edges, but I can't really spray them, so I'm going to be painting them. And I picked four middle grade books that I absolutely love and adore and wish had sprayed edges. So I picked four that I'm going to show you in a second. I have some acrylic paint, which should be interesting. I have a whole bunch of brushes that I will be using, which I'm not too sure which brush would be best, to be honest. Maybe this one. A palette. I also have lots of washi tape. Oh, that was supposed to be a bit more cinematic. Let's try it again. I do have some washi tape that I will be using for this as well. Anyway, I was inspired by G at Book Roast, who has a video on this. I will link her video down below. So the kind of... Oh, I've left all the other books over there. Oh, God. So I was very inspired by that video. A lot of the technique I will be using today will be based off what G at Book Roast said in her video. I only watched it the once, really, and then I bought a lot of stuff and I was like, I'm going to do this. And I actually haven't watched it since, so I need to rewatch to refresh my memory. I'm actually really excited about this. So, anyway, the four books that I've chosen to spray paint in this video are The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson, one of my all-time favourite middle grades, as well as The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson, again another one of my favourites. Both of these are signed, so I feel like if I ruin these, I mean, that just makes the stakes even higher. Keep watching to see if I actually ruin the books instead of paint the edges of them. I'm kind of feeling like 70-30 I'm going to end up ruining these books, but let's hope not. Let's keep positive. But yeah, I want to do both Sophie Anderson books in this video. The next two books are debut authors from this year, and they are The Strange Worlds Travel Agency by L.D. Lipinski and The Ship of Shadows by Maria Kuznia. And both of these I absolutely love. So I'm going to see if I can spray these edges, paint these edges, I should say. I'm not 100% sure which colours I should paint these. I could go the standard route and paint House with Chicken Legs purple, maybe, just to match the cover. I was saying that though. So with these colours, they may not match exactly, but I mean, this is just arts and crafts time. This doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, I'm thinking purple for House with Chicken Legs, light blue for The Girl Who Speaks Bear, a dark blue for The Ship of Shadows, maybe to match the spine, maybe. But I'm not too sure. Maybe orange. I could probably do orange. I'll come to this one later on. And then Strange Worlds Travel Agency as well. I might do red to match the logo. And also there's red on the spine as well. I think that would look pretty nice. I do also want to try and design little things on the pages, you know, little drawings and things. But I'm thinking, let's just start at the beginning. Let's not run before we walk. So let's do this first. Okay, which one? Right. So I am struggling for which colours to do these ones first. So I'll leave them for later. I'll do The House with Chicken Legs first, because it's Sophie Anderson's debut, one of my all-time faves. And again, I'm so worried about ruining this book. I really hope I don't. So I will go through the process that I learned in Book Roast's video. So we have washi tape. Washi tape to tape around the cover and the back cover, so that when I'm painting I don't get it on them. Washi tape apparently is best for that because it comes off quite easily. It doesn't ruin the books when you pull it off. So let's start with that. I've never actually used washi tape before. Mind you, I'm just going straight in. I haven't really planned this through. Apparently it's harder to do paperbacks, mainly because of the covers. It's much easier to do hardbacks because of the ridges in the actual hardback. Makes it easier. This is Not gonna lie, a little difficult. There are plenty of videos on YouTube actually of people doing this, but yeah, I was definitely, oh no, what have I done? I was definitely inspired by Book Roast. I just want to get the painting. This is the most boring part. Nobody else mentioned this as well. I don't know which camera to look at. Nobody else mentioned this, but this, putting the washi tape on, is the most boring part of this. So I have put washi tape around the entire cover on both sides, on the front and the back, if you want to have a little look there. Oh, it's so pretty. And that means we can go on to the next stage, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit scared. Okay, so what we do next is I've got my hardbacks that I'm gonna be putting on top of this book, just to keep it compressed. When you're painting the pages, it's best to keep it as compressed as possible so that the paint doesn't leak inside. I've really done a poor job on this. Anyway, so I'm gonna put one on the bottom. So let's put Midnight Sun on the bottom, and then I've got 2 Phil Pullman books to put on next. Oh gosh, whoops. I think I should be putting washi tape on those as well. Okay, so actually I was gonna try and skip a step there, but I am gonna put a bit of washi tape on this part of Midnight Sun so that when I'm painting it won't get damaged, and this part of Book of Dust, because we don't want that getting damaged either. Not exactly damaged, but I don't want to be painting on them by accident. I want to try and get it as far out as possible so that when I'm painting I can get it nicely in that zone. I've also got Priory of the Orange Tree because this is a beast, so put that on as well. That should keep it compressed. However, I still don't think that'll be enough. I want to put 7 Devils, which I got in an Illumicrate box. Also has some very nice sprayed edges too, actually. Put that on. Still don't think that'll be enough. So let's put on Court of Miracles by Kestic Round. Also nice black sprayed edges. Put that on there. Also, why not put on a bit of Darker Shade of Magic by V.A. Schwab from the Illumicrate box with silver sprayed edges. Just for inspiration. Okay, maybe let's put a 5 kilogram weight on the top instead of that one. Let's see if that works. Oh, I really can't wait for this to fall on me. That feels very compressed. That should do. I mean, kind of not, but kind of does. Let's do the paint now. So what G from Book Roast did is that she would put a colour in on the palette thing and then put white in it just to lighten it up. I probably won't be doing that. I'm just going to, whatever paint I have is what's going to be used. I should have chosen the colour first actually, so I could see that it matches. So I'm thinking maybe Heliotrope. Maybe Heliotrope would be a nice colour. Orchid? I feel like Orchid is too dark. Well, there is a general purple one. Nah, that's too light. I feel like Heliotrope is the winner. Let's do Heliotrope. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I mean, I'm not going to put it straight on. I will put it in my palette. Okay, so let's just do like a little blob. I put a little blob in just to start out with. I don't want to waste. Right, the moment of truth. I'm really scared. Right, okay. Right, I've got some on my brush. Oh my god, I'm so scared doing this. You know what? It is a good job that I did put washi tape on the other ones as well, because I'm getting it everywhere. I've always wanted to do my own sprayed edges, but because I'm sure people have been doing this for a while and I'm just late to the game as always. This is such a nice purple. I feel like this was the best choice for the cover, which to be honest I should have definitely double checked it would be before I did it. You know what, I bet you as soon as I take everything off and I see it with the sprayed edge, painted edge, it'll not match at all. It'll look awful. Oh, I do love a bit of arts and crafts. Now what I need to do is... Oh, what do I do? Oh, bugger. See, I haven't washi taped everywhere else. Now I realise that I need to do the other 2 sides. But I haven't washi tape. I wonder if I can do that right now. Right, this is obviously me just being stupid. We're back on track, lads. Right, okay. Oh, no, I need to touch it. I don't really want to touch it. Oh, I've just touched it. Yes, that's fine, that's fine. Right, let's get back to painting. I've definitely not done this the way I should have done. You know what I should have done? I should have put paperbacks on top of it and below it, and then put hardbacks on. That's what I should have done. See, this is trial and error. This is why why am I starting off with one of the most important books to me? I don't know. Why have I done this? Right, last part. Okay, I'm going to let it dry for 20 minutes. I will be back. Right, it's been 20 minutes since I did this, and it feels dry. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, this does not look too bad whatsoever. I think what G does is she owns it in the middle. Oof. Okay, I want to try and do it without breaking the spine. Oh, hang on. Oh. There we go. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, I can't believe I've done this. Okay, I think it's worked. I think it has worked. The part of it is that you have to sort of separate each and every single page. So I'm going to do that. Make sure that... Oh, I mean, there's the signature there. It's easy. Okay, so I haven't ruined it. It actually looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. So, I mean, I'll separate all the pages off camera so I don't bore you guys. Okay, so next I'm doing The Girl Who Speaks Bear. And I'm going to do a light blue for this. This one is also signed. What I want to do is I'm going to put it on the edge of glory. And then I can do two sides, and then I'll only have to move it once instead of twice. Oh, hang on. Before I do that as well, let's match... Okay, before I do that, let's match the colour of the book. Yeah, I'm going to definitely go for the cobalt blue, so hopefully it looks okay. Right, weight on the top. That really does keep it nice and compressed. Let's do this. Okay, it definitely looks darker than what I thought it would. That's fine though. Still looks pretty. It's actually a little bit satisfying doing this. Now while I do this, I can tell you what The Girl Who Speaks Bear is about. So The Girl Who Speaks Bear follows a girl called Yanka. And she was found in a bear cave when she was younger. So that gave me a little bit of Jungle Book vibes. And she's raised in a village nearby. And while she's there, she's called Yanka the Bear. But mainly because she is strong. Not because she was found in a bear cave, but because she was strong. But then she ends up growing bear legs and goes out on this adventure in the snow forest to find out who she really is. And it's a wonderful, wonderful story I absolutely love. I would wholeheartedly recommend it. Since I forgot to talk about The House with Chicken Legs when I was doing the edges, mainly because I was so nervous, I totally forgot to mention what House with Chicken Legs is about. So, House with Chicken Legs is about a girl called Marinka, and she lives with her grandma, who is Baba Yaga. And they live in a house that moves all the time, because the house has chicken legs. And it is Russian folktale. It is about how Baba Yagas can guide the dead through the veil. And Marinka, she doesn't want to be a Yaga, but she is going to be the next one when she takes over her grandma. And let's just be careful here when I do this side. She wants her own life. She's sick of the house moving constantly. She wants to make friends and, kind of follow her own path. But, it's just not the way it's supposed to be for Baba Yaga. So we do follow her journey. And it's incredible. I love it. It was actually the first middle grade I read. in years, because I read it in 2018. I started my channel last year in 2019, and it was literally the first middle grade book I read after finishing university, and I never read a single middle grade in probably since Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So really, The House with Chicken Legs is what gave me my love for middle grade after having not read it in donkey's years. Now this is the tricky bit. So yeah, that is probably my middle grade origin story then, if you ever wanted to know. But yeah, I didn't really think I loved middle grade until, pretty much the end of 2018. And then started Believathon in 2019. I think it's done. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry now as well. In the meantime, I will separate the pages for House with Chicken Legs and then washi tape Ship of Shadows and Strange Worlds Travel Agency ready for me to get on with that when I get back to filming, otherwise we're just wasting time. And then I will show you all of the books when they're finished, just to see if I've actually done a decent enough job on them. Yeah, probably left it longer than I should have because I had some tea. And I was also doing, the stuff for this. But let's take this off. Hopefully I haven't left it too long. And it looks okay. Oh, that looks so good. This actually looks so much better than the House with Chicken Legs one I did. This one looks better. Let's try. Oh, that looks so good. Right, I'm going to try not break the spine again. Trying to bend it a little bit just to try and get it to. So that's 2 down, 2 to go. I didn't even click record on the freaking phone there. Yeah, I've got 2 books now left to do. I'm going to do Strange Worlds Travel Agency first, I think. So I think I'm going to do Scarlet Red for this to match the sign for Strange Worlds Travel Agency on there. Also matches the spine as well as the writing on the back. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's put some Scarlet Red in. Just a smidgen. And let's get started. So Strange Worlds Travel Agency is about Flick who, can you say it right? Yay. Who moves to a new town with her parents, and she ends up coming across a strange and peculiar looking shop where it is a travel agency, but there are suitcases all over the walls, and it's run by a guy called Jonathan, who is not too much older than Flick. I think Flick's 12. I think Jonathan might be late teens, I think. But then Flick sees people come out of one of the suitcases one day. It might have actually been the first day she comes across this bizarre travel agency. And she sees them come out of the suitcase, and it turns out that these suitcases can take you anywhere. And it could take you to a jungle, it could take you to the City of Five Lights, which is the main sort of hub world for travellers. And I could honestly do with a reread. I read this back in, I think it was March. I think I may have read this in March. And I could do with a reread. But there's something going wrong in Five Lights, and worlds are disappearing. And it's up to Flick and Jonathan to find out what. And they make such a good team. They really do. That's one side done. And I really enjoyed it. It was a really fun fantasy adventure that took you all around the world. Oh. That went a little too close to those pages. Sorry, as I was saying, yeah, it's a really fun middle grade adventure. And the second book comes out in April 15th, 2021. And that is called The Edge of the Ocean. So definitely read this one and pre-order the next one. This is actually quite therapeutic. I am not going to lie. And I feel like I've kind of gotten my groove with this now. I do. I feel like I've got my groove with it. Not exactly the hardest part, but not the best part, is trying to move it. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. I am gonna wait another 20 minutes, let that dry. I'm gonna try and separate the pages for House with Chicken Legs and Girl Who Speaks Bear, because I haven't gotten very far into separating House with Chicken Legs, and I don't want to leave it too long for them to dry and for the pages to get stuck permanently. Like, this is a very dangerous thing to do, so definitely don't go into it, you know, unprepared. Not like me. Obviously, I am a professional, so yeah, I'm gonna do that again, yeah. These are the pages for House with Chicken Legs, and I think I've done a pretty good job, like, after separating, but I don't know if you can see very well on the camera, but it's very hairy. Like, can you see? Like, that's a bit hairy. It's like, it looks like fluff. And is it the way that I've separated the pages? Is that what it is? Because, also I must have missed a little bit there. Must have been from the washi tape. Yeah, it just looks a bit hairy. So if anybody knows why that is, do let me know. Do let me know. Let's see how Strange Worlds Travel Agency has done. I've left it also on here quite a long time, because I think The Girl Who Speaks Bear has really come out quite nicely. It looks way more solid than the House with Chicken Legs. I don't know if it's because the House with Chicken Legs is like a lighter colour that I've done it for. I mean, it still looks great. I haven't ruined it. But definitely The Girl Who Speaks Bear so far looks incredible. I haven't separated the pages yet, so I don't know like how that's going to work out, but it looks more solid. I think I've done a better job with that one. So let's have a look at Strange Worlds for just a second. And, oh, that looks so good! Oh my gosh, that looks so good. This looks incredible. Can you see from that angle, like, just having a look at it? Oh my gosh, why didn't the publishers publish this with sprayed edges? I mean, it did come out during lockdown, to be fair, but look at that. That is, I think I've done a fantastic job with Strange Worlds. I really do. Wait, let's protect this spine and open it up. Oh. 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 It's because it's so solid. That is quite a nice sound. But yeah. Oh. No, I've done an incredible job with this one as well. So far, this is what these sprayed edges look like. Oh my god, they look so official. They look so cool. I'm so happy with that. Look at this. Look at this. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, they look awesome. Oh. Right now, I can't wait to do Ship of Shadows. I put a poll out on Twitter to ask what colour sprayed edges I should do the Ship of Shadows. I didn't know whether I wanted to do orange, like the cover, or dark blue, like the spine. And also, like, with the dark blue, it's like the sea. So that would be really cool as well. Well, the poll on Twitter, but so far it has 59% for dark blue. So dark blue is winning, and I'm just going to go for the dark blue. I think that's a good shout. I'm going to set this up for surgery. For sprayed edge surgery. I don't know if I mean orange sprayed edge. No, 59% of people voted blue. So that is what they're going to get. Let us get our colouring on. No going back now. So, let me tell you what Ship of Shadows is about. Do you like that blue? I mean, the quality's going to be terrible because that part's on my phone. Whereas that part is on the nice camera, and for some reason I'm using it for the part where I'm not actually showing you how I'm doing this. So Ship of Shadows, what is it about? Well, Ship of Shadows follows Alea, or Aleja, and she lives in a Spanish port city. I can't remember what the city's called. The Ship of Shadows docks in her city, and it's run by only women. And there are like sort of legends and things about the Ship of Shadows, and you know, the people of the harbour and the city kind of have these stories about them, and ideas about them. So Aleha hears these stories, and she also ends up coming across a book which is very sought after by the captain of this ship. So when Aleha runs into some people from, in fact, I think she runs into the captain. In her city. She ends up boarding the Ship of Shadows, which is this like really cool magical ship where like it uses shadow magic kind of thing. So, oh gosh, I'm touching Midnight Sun with paint on my hands. So like rooms can sort of appear out of nowhere, and rooms change as well. And I believe there's also like a ghost living in a globe. Yeah, so there's also this map that only reveals all of it until all of the map pieces get put together. So it's very adventurous, very piratey. So if you like pirate adventure stories like Pirates of the Caribbean, there's also a lost city that's in there as well. They visit a desert, and it's just very adventurous. There's also a kraken. It's so good. I absolutely love the Ship of Shadows. It's definitely one of my favourites this year. I mean, all the books I've painted the edges for in today are some of my favourite books, which is why I'm like, I was told, well, not exactly told, but in people's videos I always saying, oh, test out on books that, you know, you don't really care that much about. I'm doing this with books I care the most about. So, you know me, I like to do the opposite of what people ask. It makes it better that way. Like, I genuinely wanted these to have sprayed edges anyway, so I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to give them. I do really hope that it comes out okay, though. Last one of the day. You know what, actually, it seems to be like the same colour as the Frostheart sprayed edges. Right, I feel like I've done a fantastic job with that one as well. Well, since it's the last one, I am going to try and separate all the pages of Girl Who Speaks Bear, Strange Worlds, Travel Agency, make sure they're all right. Come back to this one, separate the pages for Ship of Shadows, and then I will show you the progress of all of them. I will show you how they each look at the end. So, God, I really hope I haven't destroyed them. I really do. I really hope I haven't destroyed them. It's been about an hour since I did this, and it's been here for that long because I have been pulling apart the pages for Girl Who Speaks Bear, and it's literally taken over an hour to do that. This is definitely dry. It's quite a dark blue, and I do like the way it looks. I think I'm going to love it more when I've seen what it looks like probably. So it does kind of match the spine. So that's pretty cool. It's definitely looks fantastic. The darker colours always seem to make better sprayed edges than the lighter colours. So I do want to try and open this up a bit. Just, you know, without breaking the spine. So, amazing. Amazing. So I'm just currently listening to the audiobook of The Jumbies by Tracey Baptiste. So as I'm doing that, I am taking apart the pages, and I need to do Strange Worlds Travel Agency and this one next. So I will do that and then show you the pages. I'm sorry this vlog hasn't been very professionally made. What do you guys think? I think they look pretty good. They look so good. I'm keeping them compressed because it looks a little better when the pages are really tied together. So they still have like a bit of fluffiness on them. But I think when I'm separating the pages, that's what happens with the paper. It's very hard not to do. It's definitely probably the worst on the bottom and the top. Than anything else. Like, I think they look alright on this side-ish. I'd still like to try and get that kind of sanded off. I don't think sanded is the right word, but I'm going to try and like maybe lightly scratch it off. I don't know if that'll work. If anybody has any tips about that, because I think it's unavoidable when I'm separating the pages, because that does happen. So, House with Chicken Legs, purple sprayed edges. I think that looks pretty nice. I think when I've got a bit more confidence, I might try and draw the fence that's on the front cover with the skulls on. I might draw those along the edge there, maybe. Or, you know, maybe a tree or something, but really happy with how that's turned out. Girl Who Speaks Bear with the blue. I could have gone lighter, I think. I think it would have looked good a bit lighter, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I think it looks good. And then we have the Strange Worlds Travel Agency. I think this one might be my favourite of all of them, just with the way it's turned out with the red. I genuinely was considering doing the green or this light blue, but I think the red to match the sign was a good shout. I do think it really suits it. And yeah, all the pages have been separated, so it's perfect now. Absolutely perfect. The Ship of Shadows. So this is the colour that won, like the darker blue, which I also think looks really well with it. Definitely kind of goes very well with the spine and the top of the cover there. I do wonder what it would have looked like orange, so I might get another copy and paint it orange maybe, who knows. Oh, honestly, it took so long. Separating these three, I managed to finish the entire The Jumbies audiobook and start the second book. That's how long it took me to separate the pages for these. I totally should have started listening to an audiobook as I was doing The House with Chicken Legs, but instead I was listening to the Mamma Mia 2 soundtrack, which, you know, time well spent. But no, I love how they've turned out. I think they've turned out really well. Do want to do more, but because it took so long doing it, it's like now, it's like 10 p.m. at night. I started doing this at like 3 p.m. I hope you kind of enjoyed this arty vlog. It's a little bit different than what I usually do, but I had fun-ish. It was fun painting them, not so much fun separating the pages. I look forward to doing more. I might do hardbacks next time. I hear doing hardbacks is a lot more easier than doing paperbacks, so let's try hardbacks next time. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment, let me know which one you think turned out the best. I'd love to know which one you thought I did the best job on. Hopefully all of them. I mean, I love the way all of them have turned out, but I do think the Strange Worlds one, it really suits the red. It really does suit the red. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, hopefully. Bye.